People are going to want to know how that ends.
I'll do what I have to.
I called Child Services and I said, look, we're thinking about moving to Pennsylvania. What do we have to do? Do we have to call them first? This is verbatim what I said. I said, do I have to call them first and get them to contact you? Do you contact them? Like, I just want to see how we go about transferring the case. I want to get that well and done before we go. I just want to know what the first step is. She said, she got really panicky all of a sudden. Her caseworker got super panicky. When are you moving? Are you moving tonight? And I was like, oh, well, no. I was like, you know, it's all the way to Pennsylvania. This isn't something quick. You know, we had 2 teeny children. We weren't going to... Anyway, long story short, she said, well, give me a second. I'll call you back. 2.5 hours later, they showed up with the state police saying that we were planning on kidnapping our own children from our own house because we were a flight risk. We were kidnapping our own children from our own house because I called them and told them that I was planning on moving. And this is somehow me being evasive. I'm not sure how that would even hold water in the flimsiest of fucking courts, but it did, and our daughter was removed permanently. Oh, that's right. They changed the affidavit the day because they went to a judge that wasn't on our case in the middle of the night and got this thing signed. Just like that scene from freaking Deep Blue where he goes in and gets the dude to sign it in the bar. I'm sure it was some shit just like that. It said that I was on meth and that I was withdrawing. I'm not sure how I can be doing both. But they said that large items were missing from her home, and oh, that's a very funny fucking story. I carved a coffee table with a skeleton pirate because Pirates of the Caribbean was really big that year, or the years before. And it was one of my D&D characters, Jackie Bones. And it was beautiful. It took me days to do. I totally numbed the tip of my freaking pointer finger because I was using a paring knife to do it, and all the vibration for all those days, it just killed it for like 4 months. But it's back now. Everything's good. I guess they saw this table and they made all kinds of stupid complaints about it. They said it was first they said it was the sharp corners, the same wooden corners that every single coffee table on the face of this goddamn planet has. All of a sudden, mine is a health risk to my children because they're just learning to walk, and he doesn't understand ages and stages because with them learning to walk, he wouldn't want to have a table like that. Look how bad this man is and how much he doesn't understand his children. This is how the talk went all the time. So after them calling me a devil worshiper for carving this into my table, literally, because Lindsay said, well, it was his D&D character, and her mom went, see, he's a devil worshiper. Because of that, whatever craze back in the 60s or 70s where that college kid got lost in the tunnel because his parents were homophobic and he was afraid to tell them, and he went down there and committed suicide. That had nothing to do with D&D, but they don't do research and just listen to Fox News or whatever. And wanted to blame me and ruin my life for opinions. I literally did not know these people at all. I had met them twice, had no conversations with them, literally 0 conversations that consisted of more than 4 words, as in, here, can you help me pick this up when we moved out, and thank you for the cheeseburger he bought me later, literally. And that was the large item that was missing from the home because they harassed me about it so much that I had to get rid of it. So I sold it. Well, no, I sold it. I gave it to a buddy, and he eventually, because I didn't want to get rid of it. It was a beautiful table, and I'd spent so much time on it. But he offered me $300, and we were super destitute because of what they had done to us. So I took it, and then they said that that was proof that we were moving. Large items were missing from the home, and the thing that they cited was the coffee table they made me get rid of. They required that I had a job. This is after they took our daughters. To get them back, I had to have a job. Now, mind you, they had just cost me my $100 an hour job because the day that happened, I was told by the police that I had to sit and wait for DCFS to show. That was a Friday. They didn't come till Monday. I lost my job for no reason whatsoever because them lazy assholes didn't even show up first day. That's how immediate and horribly terrifying this situation was. They didn't even deem it necessary to come for 3 whole freaking days. But anyway, they were requiring for me to have a job. So I went and got a job with a landscaper, got my first schedule, was excited as hell, called them up, told them I had the job. They immediately said, oh, well, you're going to have to call your boss and change your schedule because we're changing. This is the middle of winter, mind you. There are freaking inches, if not feet, of snow on the ground because this is Utah. They said they're taking your newborn daughter on a camping trip, so you won't be able to see them this week unless you switch your schedule to Friday and now call your new boss, jeopardize the job that we're requiring for you to have, so that these people can take a camping trip with a newborn out in the snow in the middle of winter in Utah. I said, you have got to be out of your minds. They said, well, we've contacted our attorney, and he said that this is what we're legally allowed to do, so this is what we're going to do, and hung up on me. Then proceeded to endanger my daughter, because the next time we visited her, she had a cough so bad that she was dang near throwing up because she was crying so bad from it. And then the very next time we came, it was a billion times worse, and they must have seen that I was upset through the double pane window, and they'd already headed me off as I came out of the visitation room with the doctor on the phone. And I said, why has she not seen a doctor yet? I said it very calm. I said, why has she not seen a doctor yet? Oh, well, oh, Steve put her hand in my face. Oh, Steve, we're on it, we're on it. I said, no, why has she not seen a doctor yet? It should not have ever gotten to that state. If she was in my home, that would not have happened. Oh no, we're on it right now. You need to calm down. You need to stop being so aggressive. You are fucking with my cubs. This woman didn't even have children. She learned parenting from a book. She had no idea the instinct that was coming from me right then. The parental wanting a protection from an outside force that was literally ripping our lives to shreds like a vicious grizzly. Literally, we were reacting, but see, that's how they play the game. They know how you're going to react. We sat in their office one time, and we heard exactly how what happened to us happened to someone else. It was totally, we heard it, the family came in, expressed a concern about a new boyfriend that their daughter had, and a witch hunt, shenanigans resumed. It ensued. I can't even talk. They literally, they were like, okay, what about the guy? He's a musician. It was a bunch of vague stuff. Well, we don't really know, but we really need to get this guy. And within 15 minutes, they were all in full agreement that this dude was evil and needed to be put out. And they were going to use all of their crooked team means. We were told that they needed to maintain an aura of decorum. And what is it? Era of decorum. Because our public defenders also played golf and ate lunch and had to work with the judge and the chick that was prosecuting us, who didn't even know my name, kept calling me her ex-husband's name, but we just had to get this guy. She pinned the wrong man. She should have went for her ex-husband. He was the abuser. He's the one that I saw the things that he did to her. He wouldn't even allow Amber to walk. When she was trying to learn how to walk, you know how babies go across the front of the couch holding their arms out? He'd get out of my way. He's trying to play Dragon Ball Z or watch anime. But I'm the abusive one. I taught her how to walk. I taught her how to talk. She called me daddy on her own. She was my daughter. But I was told by the state I wasn't allowed to say that. You can't say that, Mr. Kother. She's not biologically yours. I do not give a shit. I looked him straight in the face. I said, don't you ever say that shit to me again. She is my daughter, and you say that shit to her, and I will sue you. And I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I can't even think of what I'm doing. I'm just wandering around in the game now. Save the footage.